Good morning, guys. Welcome to week 6, day 1. So today is Monday. I'm getting a pretty early start. It's actually still dark out, just about getting a little bit of that blue light before sunrise. But I have to get to work a little bit earlier today, which means I got to do my run earlier. I got a tempo run, 11 kilometers, intervals, 1 kilometer intervals at tempo pace. So, yeah, I got to get the warm-up going. I got a 2 kilometer warm-up and then I'll get into those intervals. Hopefully I have time to get it all done. If I have to skip the cool down, well, then I'll have to skip it. No big deal, but hopefully I can get it all done. But I have about an hour and a half to get this workout in, get home and get to work on time. If you see me looking around, it's because I'm the only one out here at the park right now. Like I said, it's a little bit dark, so it's kind of creepy. Just being aware of my surroundings. I'm gonna do my warm-up on the sidewalk of the street. It's a little bit more lit. There's cars driving by before I get into the loop trail at the park to do the intervals. So do my warm-up on the sidewalk by the street, and then by that time the sun should be coming up, so it should be a little bit not as creepy in the park. Okay, so that worked out perfectly. Timed it, measured it perfectly. Got my 2 kilometer warm-up and was able to go straight into my first kilometer at tempo pace. So that's zone 3 for me, which is about 170 beats per minute. That's my mid zone 3. So got a 1 minute rest right now, and then got 6 more of these, I believe. Yes. So far so good. Mondays are always tough for me. I don't know if it's a mental and physical thing. So that first rep felt hard, but hopefully I can stay consistent. That beeping means it's time to go. Okay. Just 2 more 1 kilometer laps to go. So far so good. I would say it's moderate to hard, but I'm staying in the right zone, staying between 170, up to 175. I have no idea what my pace is. I'm not looking at it, just staying in the heart rate zone. And we'll take a look at the pace after. I got 9 seconds left. Okay, so this is 6 out of 7 now. Here we go. I finished up the 7 reps of 1 kilometer at tempo pace. Woo. It was tough, but doable. Just doing the cool down now, so 2 kilometer cool down, and I will be able to get home, freshen up real quick, and make it to work on time. The first kilometer started at 9 minutes 58 seconds per mile, or for that first kilometer. I tried to start off conservative, not too hot, so I wouldn't burn out by the end. And I think I gauged that correctly because my pace actually improved. The next one was 9:27, then 9:41, 9:39, and then 9:14, 9:24, with my best one, which was the last rep at 9:02. Heart rate was within range, 169, 171, 172. Let's see, that last one, 176 at the end, which is still pretty good. Still in the right zone, zone 3. So I think everything turned out pretty well. This week we're back to normal. Last week was the recovery week or deload week. And now we're really getting back to work, increasing the volume, increasing intensity. So from the training plan that I'm following, this is block 3, which is a building block, right? I'm building up that fitness, really building towards improving that marathon pace and being able to sustain that marathon pace. So I'm really excited. to see where that goes, to see improvements, and just trusting the process. The coaches from Messy Happy, Ben and Mary, they're great, and they always let us know to let the pace come to you, and I'm trying to be patient, let the pace come to me, and I have seen progress from when I first started, for sure. And yeah, just hoping my body can stay healthy, stay together till the end of this. My hip flexor was feeling kind of naggy last night and this morning. Not painful or anything. It just felt kind of tight and, just like a naggy ache, I guess. But it didn't bother me today. Like, it was tight at the beginning, and as I continued to run, I sort of just forgot about it. So it didn't bother me at all. So I think it'll be fine. I think just during this last recovery week, because I maybe wasn't using it as much, keeping it warmed up, I don't know, maybe that's why it kind of tightened back up. So just got to monitor that, keep doing the PT exercises as needed, mobility, stretching, along with my strength training and everything, and I feel like I should be good. Today is Wednesday, and I have a threshold session today. I have 2 kilometer repeats, running in zone 4, so I've been a little bit nervous about this session because that's a long time to be running in zone 4. But I got to warm up first, and today I get to warm up with Sal, so we actually have not had a chance to run together. This is going to be the first time. We'll be doing the warm up together, and then I'll be doing the rest of the session on my own.
Don't be going fast.
Alright, so we're going to start with, I'm doing 2 kilometer warm up, which is about, when I Googled it, said about a mile, 1.25 mile or something like that. So, and then Sal will continue on from there.
Running 30 minutes.
I actually got 2 kilometer warm up, then 1 kilometer at marathon pace before going into the threshold repeat. So yeah, it's a big one today. So we'll see how it goes, because both of us already worked a full morning shift. We worked 4 hours this morning in the gym. And now it's already really warm, so I don't expect my times to be very fast today.
Forgot to drink water.
Ooh,
Alright.
Alright.
Let's go.
This is the part of the trail we call Death Valley in the afternoon, because there is no shade. It is wide open. You are in the sun. And this sucks. And actually, the loop that I'm using for my workout is also out in the sun. That's gonna suck too. I got 0.25 of the kilometer left of marathon pace. And then starting the threshold intervals. So we'll see. There's a little bit of a headwind, so I might change directions at the end of this and do the intervals in the opposite direction to see if that helps. Well, okay. First interval done. Have a 2-minute rest. And that was hard. And then I thought, okay, but I only got 2 more. I can do it. I look at my watch. 3 more. So it's 4 intervals. Forgot that for a second. I can do it. So it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. Zone 4. In theory, this should make marathon pace easy on a cold day. I'm trying to do zone 4 on a hot, sunny day. No shade. So if I can do this, I can do marathon pace. Oh, okay. I will probably check in with you guys at the end. Gonna save energy now. Finished up today's workout threshold session. It was good. It was hard, but it felt good to do something hard. And yeah, I looked at the paces for each interval. So my fastest interval was the first one. I was just under 9 minutes per mile with an average heart rate of 183. And then after that, the next intervals kind of slowed down. Overall, I still feel like it was a good effort. Still proud of that. So glad I got it done. Gonna go home, eat lunch. And yeah, hopefully later on today I can still do my resistance training. Today's just upper body, so I should be able to just knock it out today. That way, yeah, it's done, and I got my 2 resistance training sessions done for the week if I get that done today. Hey guys, today's Thursday. Got an easy run today. Weather is a tad bit nicer. It was really nice early in the morning, but had to work this morning, so back out at noontime. But at least I got shade today, so it doesn't feel as bad. I got 9 kilometers. I know that's less than 6 miles, but not exactly how much. Easy run done, and compared to yesterday's workout, today was definitely easy. So glad that felt pretty good. Hip flexor. Sorry, I hear like something moving in the bushes. Oh, it's a deer in there. So hip flexor didn't bother me once I got running, which is good. It's weird that I feel more tightness or more achiness in the hip flexor. Maybe just like walking or when I'm not moving, but once I'm running, it doesn't bother me. So that, I guess, is a good sign. So yeah, gonna go home and eat, and that's it for today. It's Saturday morning, but I am running way behind, so unfortunately I stayed up till almost midnight last night. So usually I'll try to be in bed by 9:30. 10 p.m. would be like really late. Going to bed if I have the long run, you know, the next morning. Because, you know, I try to meet up with the downtown run group by 7 a.m. So I wake up at 5 a.m. to, you know, have my breakfast and get dressed and make it all the way downtown. But we stayed up watching the Mike Tyson fight. And yeah, I wish I had it. I mean, it was not worth staying up that late. But, you know, FOMO. So I stayed up. And yeah, when I set my alarm at 5 a.m. and when it went off at 5 a.m., like I could just feel like I was too tired. You know, it was 5 hours of sleep. My eyes kind of had that kind of burned, I guess, like tired feeling. So nope, I need to sleep. So I decided to just turn off all the rest of my alarms and just go back to sleep. And then I figure, okay, whenever I wake up, that's when I'll get up and go do the run. So it's 7:30 now. So I ended up waking up about 7 a.m. And yeah, so I'm going to get ready to go. I'm just going to go on my own to do the run. You know, it's too late now to go meet up with the downtown run group. So I'm just going to go do the run on my own on a trail. So the good thing is the weather is nice today. So even though I am getting out a little bit later, it's still about 55, 60 degrees out. So that should be nice. For breakfast, I'm going to have one of the Morton bars, and I'm having some cold brew coffee right now. This Busy brand has a lot higher caffeine, or it says that it does. It says it has 277 milligrams of caffeine per serving, so for 12 ounces. Today I'm having 10, so I'm seeing how I feel with 10 ounces of this cold brew, because I'm also gonna have one of the Morton drink mixes for more carbs, and this one is also the caffeinated one, so this is going to have another 100 grams of caffeine. Maybe this is 200 grams of caffeine in here, plus this would be 300 to get started. I think I should be okay with that. I'm going to have these first, and then in about 30 minutes I'll have this one. So I'm going to spread them out a little bit. You know, this digests pretty quickly. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour for the caffeine to really peak in your system, so if I have this an hour before I start, should be good timing. These two combined will give me 120 grams of carbs to start. And then, like I just mentioned, 300 milligrams of caffeine to start. This is the Morton regular oat bar, so that's what that looks like. And before I forget to mention it, the other reason I like to have these in the mornings is because they have both glucose and fructose, and so you need both sources of glycogen or carbs in the morning, especially because overnight your body is still using the liver glycogen to basically keep your brain and organs functioning. And so if you consume or have some fructose with your meal, you're replenishing that part of the glucose that was used overnight. The research has shown that you definitely want to have both glucose and fructose with your morning meal to top off both sources of carbs. And, you know, I am not like a scientist or like expert researcher or anything, but I do like to learn and follow, you know, people who are. The recommendation is you want a ratio of 0.8 to 1 grams of glucose to fructose. And so Morton has basically already done that math and ratio in their product. So in order to make it easy on myself, I just have this because I know they've already done it for me. This is a little more expensive. And you can just do like a bagel and orange juice. That is another way to do it. Or do like toast and jam and stuff like that. That will give you both sources. Sal is still asleep, so I was trying not to talk too loud to not wake him up. So that's kind of my morning routine that I've developed is I'll eat the bar and have the coffee, and then I'll go get changed and get ready, and that will usually take maybe 15-20 minutes. So by that time, that gives the coffee and the oat bar a little bit of time before having the mix, which is about an hour before I start my run. And in case you haven't had one of these before, there are instructions for how to have this. The 320 drink mix you have to mix with 17 ounces of water or 500 milliliters of water, because that's what they've found is the best way to keep it in the gel form. So when you drink it, it's supposed to form like a gel in your stomach that makes it easier to digest. So if you don't put enough water or you put too much water, you can basically change the consistency that they intended for you to have it as. And if you've never tried it before, just be prepared for a very, very sweet drink, because this is maltodextrin and fructose, which is basically just sugar water. I'll show you guys what I've been using for my long runs. So for the last, 4 weeks or so, this is pretty much the setup that I've been using. The shoes I've been using for long runs and any speed workouts are the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3s. I find these pretty comfortable, pretty light. These have a nylon plate in them, but I just ordered the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3s. Those have a carbon plate in them. I've never tried them, but those are the shoes that I plan to wear for the half and the full marathon. And those should be getting here today. I'm excited to test them. But these, the Speed 3s, have been working out great for the long runs and speed workouts. They've been comfortable. So I'm excited to see if I feel the difference with the carbon plate, if I run any faster with the carbon plate. So we'll find out once I get to test those out. So because these are basically the older model, the Speed 3s and the Pro 3s, you can find them on Amazon for a lot less than the 4s. And from a bunch of YouTube videos and people that I've asked on Facebook and stuff, everybody has said that they prefer the 3s over the 4s. So I'm glad I was able to find some on Amazon for like $150, while the 4s right now are $225. So you can definitely save a lot if you go with the 3s. But there's only a few colors left and a few sizes left in those. So if you want to try them out or get a really good deal, I would look for them now before they're sold out everywhere. For the shorts, these are the Genji Pace shorts. And this is what I've been using for the long runs because it has a really long pocket. And in one of the pockets, I can keep my water bottle, so I don't have to hold it in my hand. I have found that I do not like holding the water bottle in my hand. So having it in my pocket, that doesn't bother me. It's pretty secure. It doesn't bounce around, at least in these pockets, and I can slide it pretty much all the way down. And as I drink it, you know, just becomes smaller and lighter in there. So there we go. On the other pocket here, that's where I'll put the camera that I run with. So that is there, so it's easy to access. And then I have this, I don't know, run belt, I guess you would call it. It's just kind of like a cotton material that it came free with my order from the feed, but it's been working out pretty well because it has big pockets as well. So in the front, I'll keep my phone, and that lies pretty flat, doesn't bounce around, doesn't bother me at all. So on the back pocket is where I carry my safety gear, the pepper spray, and my alarm. You know, during the race, I won't have to carry these, so that'll be one less thing. These do kind of move around in the belt, so that's the only downside because the pockets are kind of big, and they're not, they don't have seams that keeps them closed, so everything can shift around. These are the only things that move in the belt, but I won't be needing these during the race, but I take them with me when I'm running alone. These are all the gels that I'm carrying with me today. I'm gonna have one regular gel, like right before I start, so about 5 minutes before I start running, I'll have one gel. And then 20 minutes after that, I'll have the caffeinated gel. So I only take one caffeinated gel during the run, because again, it does take about 45 minutes to an hour for that caffeine to take effect. So, but that way, I'll be almost halfway through to get that caffeine hit for the run. And this one has 100 milligrams of caffeine. And then after that, I'll just take a regular gel every 20 minutes. I've been doing every 30 minutes on all of my last long runs, but I'm going to start trying every 20 minutes to get used to it. So it's recommended for a marathon. It's recommended to take 60 to 100 grams of carbs an hour. These gels have 25 grams of carbs. So if I've been taking them every 30 minutes, so I've been getting 50, which has been fine for now because I've only been going up to 13 miles. So that's been enough. I haven't felt like I've been getting tired or, you know, bunking or anything like that. But I feel that now's a good time to start practicing getting up to 75 grams of carbs during the run as my mileage starts going up. So it's really important to actually practice taking gels to make sure that your stomach can handle it. Some people get nauseous taking the gels. It could be due to their stomach not being able to take in that much carbs while you're moving. It could be the type of gel that you might need to find one that works for you. And so that's why I think it's really important to start practicing early on to really find what works for you and not wait till the race. Or I also wouldn't just take whatever they have on the race, because unless you know what they're using works for you, if you've never tried it before and you just take the random gel that they give you on the race, it might hurt your stomach and you might not also be taking in enough. So today's the first day that I'll be trying to take 75 grams of carbs per hour. So every 20 minutes taking a gel. So all these will just go on the side. So there's side pockets of the belt here, and I just stuff them all in there. I keep the caffeinated gel in the front so I can easily find that one. But it's nice that it is a different color from all the rest. The belt, this one is a size medium. I think I would prefer a small, just because I think it would be a little more fitted and move a little less. I mean, it doesn't slide down all the way, but as I start getting sweaty, this does get wet, and it does start to slide a little bit up and down. So I think I'm going to try to get a small, just so it's a little bit more tight around my waist. That's Mikey. That's the meowing and yelling that you hear in the background. Show them. Oh, now you want to stop. Now you want to stop crying. First 5K at easy pace done. Now I gotta do 2K marathon pace. Happy with the first 5K. Average between 10:30, 11 per minute mile, which I'm really happy with. So marathon pace, hoping to be within 10 to 10:30. So put this away and go.
I saw in the media.
Halfway point. 3.5K. I don't know what that means, but I know it's less than 3 miles. Okay, 14-mile long run done. First time going over 13.1 miles, and all things considered, I think it went well. I stayed within the paces that I wanted, so overall for the whole thing, average 10 minutes, 21 seconds per mile. I think that means that, you know, come race day for the half, I might be able to match or do a little bit better than my time in San Diego, which I'm hoping for. That is the end of this week. See you on the next one.